Alright, what's up everyone? I'm Floki and I'm back with another video. So today we are going to be continuing the PJ Walker Carolina Panthers rebuild. So the Colts beat the Bears in the Super Bowl 17-3, and something I didn't show, even though I probably should have. PJ Walker got star development, and yeah, we're going into season 3. I'm about to do the draft. I'm going to continue to let the CPU do whatever they want during free agency, but I'll probably show you the first 2 picks of the draft, and then I will see you when Season 3 starts. Alright, so here are the draft recap. As you can see, Landon Lynch and Cecil Good, our first 2 picks, but we ended up in the 3rd round getting Perry Wilson, a running back, who was actually number 1 in true talent. He was a 4th round projection, and we ended up picking him up in the 3rd round, and he was number 1 in the draft. 4th round, just got an offensive lineman, 5th and 6th picks. I just traded him away because there wasn't much great talent there. And then with a 7th round pick, I just went with whoever had the highest bench press, and it ended up being decent. So that's the draft recap. Overall, pretty good. All 3 of the top 3 picks that we had are hidden development, so it'll be nice to see what they can do. But now it's on to Season 3. Alright, so here in the divisional round, we are going to be going against the Chicago Bears. We are 14-1-1, and if we go to the season stats, we can see that PJ Walker, 35 passing touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, so he picked it up very well in the second half of the season. The rushing did very good. Christian McCaffrey did really good, actually, with 5.3 yards per carry. PJ Walker did pretty well rushing. Receiving, DJ Moore just going off every single year, so very good on the part of the offense. And if we go to the defense, I want to see if any of our rookies had a big impact. Julius Eason from last year's draft did all right. Landon Lynch. So our sack numbers aren't super high and our turnover numbers aren't insane. Well, they're doing good, but everything's all right. Let's just get into this playoff game. All right, well, we actually ended up losing, surprisingly enough. I mean, I don't think we should have lost. We only lost 1 game in the regular season, but of course, once it gets to the playoffs, we just lose in horrible fashion. But what are you going to do? It's Madden Sim. It's kind of broken, and by kind of, I mean very broken. So let's just sim to the Super Bowl, see if any yearly awards come out of this season. All right, so PJ Walker, number 7 in MVP voting and Coach of the Year, was obviously Ron Rivera because we had the best record in the league. PJ Walker, 2nd in Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC. And wide receiver of the year, I can only assume it went to DJ Moore once again. Running back, Christian McCaffrey at 5. I don't know about that. He had a very good year, but anyways, none of that matters. We didn't win in the playoffs, so let's just continue on to the draft and then on to Season 4. Alright, so here at the draft recap, as you can see, we have our free safety from the 1st round, and then we actually drafted Sean Hoover, a left guard, in the 2nd round, and he ended up being a hidden development, so that's pretty nice. He's decently well-rounded, but, I mean, not a great draft class. There wasn't very many good people. So, yeah, let's just get on to Season 4 and hope for the best. So, at the end of the season, you can see that we did not make the playoffs. We were actually 6-10, which is not very good. PJ Walker, he definitely slowed down. He didn't do too great in the second half of the season. I mean, he had a lot of yards, but he had a lot of interceptions as well, and we only ended up winning 2 more games since the end of the bye week. Actually 3, but still not great. This is really a wash of a season, so we're just going to get into the draft and speed run our way into the next season. Alright, so here at the draft recap, I really just simmed out of the draft after that first pick because when I got to the 2nd round, there wasn't much talent. The CPU doing the scouting didn't do very well, so after this middle linebacker pick, who sadly was not a hidden dev, which really just kills that pick because I was really banking on him being a hidden development. But either way, we ended up getting a cornerback and a wide receiver, which are decent pickups, but the rest of the draft was just 50 overall. So another bad draft, but hopefully next year will be better. So let's just get right into Season 5. Alright, so here in Week 17, we are 8-8. And we are going against the 8-8 New Orleans Saints, who are also in our division. So this might be the game that decides who goes to the playoff and who doesn't. So I'm going to sim this week, and hopefully we can win and make it to at least the wild cards. And we don't. We lost 45-21. unfortunate. We are going to head into the draft, see who we can pick up, and then move into Season 6. Alright, so at the draft recap, as you can see, we got our center, and then we ended up getting 2 decent players in the second round, and then a decent offensive lineman in the third, and then after that I just simmed out, so not a great draft, but not horrible. I mean, we don't really need to draft a bunch of young players because we're not really the worst team in the league, so we're not super high in the draft, but yeah, let's just get on to Season 6 and hope we actually can make it to the playoffs this time. Alright, so we made the playoffs, and we actually do have a first round bye, and if we go and look over at stats, hopefully PJ Walker, he did. He surpassed 41 touchdowns, 4,400 yards, 41 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, not bad whatsoever. Christian McCaffrey, 1,300 yards, did very well once again, and DJ Moore still putting up insane seasons. I don't know what is up with DJ Moore in the sim, but 1,600 yards, 20 touchdowns, just insane. 100 yards per game, he just did very, very well. So, yeah, let's just get into the playoffs, and I will see you come divisional round. Alright, so we ended up losing to the New York Giants in the divisional round of the playoffs. So, apparently this team just cannot get anything done when it comes to postseason, but hopefully we can continue simming, and one day PJ Walker will win the Super Bowl. Alright, so here at the Super Bowl, if we go and look at yearly awards, you can see that second in the MVP race was PJ Walker, and in the NFC he was the Offensive Player of the Year, and that ended up getting him a dev trade increase, so he is now at Superstar Dev, and maybe this can help him strive in the future. Alright, so here at the draft recap, as you can see, I traded up in the draft to get 2 very good offensive linemen, and we ended up drafting another one right after that in the second round, and a defensive tackle, and then I ended up simming out of the draft. So these last 2 are simulated picks by the CPU. So the top 4 picks in the draft that we made were all me, and I think that they were pretty decent acquisitions because we really just needed to buff up the offensive and defensive line, so that's what we ended up doing. So now we are going to move on to Season 7, and maybe we can make the playoffs and actually go to the Super Bowl this time. Alright, so here in Week 17, we are 10-5, and we're most likely going to make the playoffs. We are number 1 in our division. As long as we win, we're guaranteed to make the playoffs, and sadly, we still have the bug where it still shows hold A to reorder, so that's going to be annoying, but let's just get into the playoffs. Let's see. Hopefully, we can win and get a first-round bye, maybe. We do not. We still win, but we don't get a first-round bye, so we will be playing in Wildcard Weekend, so I'll see you after I sim that. Alright, this is PJ Walker's chance. We are going to sim to next week. Hopefully he can beat the Falcons. Hopefully he doesn't lose. And he wins. He beats the Falcons. Weekly awards. What are we going to see? We are going to see Dante Jackson, I believe, or Deontay, with 2 interceptions. So very nice on his part. We're going to continue to just all in one take, continue going. The Arizona Cardinals are in our way this time. And what's going to happen? We're going to sim the week. Hopefully we can win. And we end up losing 35-21. So we actually won a playoff game this year, but still nowhere near the Super Bowl. So hopefully next year will be the time that we can do that. And yeah, I'll see you at the draft, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up some difference makers. Alright, so here at the draft recap, you can see that we got a linebacker and a wide receiver in the first and second round. Both of them are 75 overalls, and they are both hidden developments. So very nice pickups in those 2 rounds. I ended up simming out and putting a couple players in the draft board, so not a horrible draft, but really, we're not focused on the draft anymore. We are just trying to find success with the team that we have currently built around PJ Walker. So now we are moving into Season 9. Alright, so at the end of the season, as you can see, we made the playoffs, 10-6. We were number 1 in our division, but we are still in the wild card, so hopefully the 8-7-1 San Francisco 49ers cannot beat us. I'm just going to sim the week, and hopefully we can win. And we don't. So now, on to the draft, and then on to Season 10, I believe. So here at the beginning of Season 10, the team has definitely regressed, only an 85 overall, but they still have PJ Walker, DJ Moore, and Christian McCaffrey, so maybe they can carry them to the playoffs. I mean, it's looking unlikely that anything's going to happen before the end of PJ Walker's career, but if after this year nothing really happens, I might just start ending up just going straight to the end of the season and just giving a recap of what happened in the year, and then just moving on as quickly as we can until PJ Walker eventually retires. Alright, so at the end of the season, we ended up going 9-7. However, we did not make the playoffs. So on to the draft and on to next year. Alright, so at the beginning of season 11, the team still going downhill. I mean, we still have PJ Walker, Christian McCaffrey, and DJ Moore. We ended up drafting an offensive lineman and a defensive tackle. So decent pickups, but really it doesn't matter who we draft. It's about how much success we have in the regular season. So unlike we've been doing it for the past few years, I'm going to see you at the end of the season and just hopefully we make the playoffs. But we're at this point, we're probably just going to continue to sim full seasons until the retirement of PJ Walker and just see how he did overall in his career. Alright, so here at the end of season 11, we have made it to the playoffs as a wild card. So if we go to season stats, we can see that PJ Walker, I mean, he's still putting up good numbers. Christian McCaffrey, he's probably still putting up good numbers. Yeah, very good numbers. DJ Moore, slight drop off, but he's still a top receiver in the league. So it's really just on the defensive side that is holding us back. But let's just sim this wildcard weekend. It's against the Giants, and for some reason they've been doing very well in the sim. So we're probably going to end up losing this week, but let's just see. So we did win. We did beat the Giants, so that's very nice. Now this week we are up against the 49ers, who took us out the last time we were in the playoffs, I believe. So let's sim that week, and we have won once again, 45-15. Christian McCaffrey, 140 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Very nice week on his part, and our middle linebacker, whatever his name is, Izzo, an interception, not bad on his part. Now we are going against the 8-8 Chicago Bears, and if you know anything about Madden Sim, they love 8-8 teams in the playoffs. So hopefully we can win this game. Let's just sim to the next week. And we do. We actually do win the game. So we are now going to we are finally going into the Super Bowl. And my God, PJ Walker, who now is getting his upgrade, has a chance to win the Super Bowl at 33 years old. Alright, so here we are at the Super Bowl against the Indianapolis Colts. So for this game, what I'm going to do is sim the play-by-play, and if it ends up getting close, or if we end up winning, I'm going to watch the last few minutes in actual like broadcast view and see what happens. And if we do win, I'll make sure that we watch the celebration and the ceremony. And I mean, enough talking, let's just get into it. If we win this game, I'm going to end the video on that. If we lose this game, I'm going to end the video on that. But basically, no matter what, the video is going to be coming to an end. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, because I'm going to be continuing to do a lot of Madden content, because there's a lot of things that have happened this offseason. So there's a lot of things to make videos on. And without further ado, let's get into the Super Bowl. Alright, here we are in overtime. The score is 31-31. It is the most crucial time in the playoffs. PJ Walker with the fake handoff, he drops back into the pocket, he ends up throwing it out to Chris McCaffrey, and it is picked off. It is intercepted by the Indianapolis Colts, and it's looking like PJ Walker may have just choked the game away. Now the Colts are in great position to kick a field goal and win the game. And the Indianapolis Colts, with that touchdown, have ended the game. The Panthers choked. They choked 100%. PJ Walker, he threw an interception, and it was a horrible, horrible interception, because it wasn't even like a long, deep pass that got intercepted. It was an interception that allowed the Colts to be right around the 30-yard line. So the Colts end up winning the Super Bowl, and PJ Walker is going to have to live with the fact that he himself choked that game away. No matter how many points he scored before overtime, he choked it away. And my God, I mean, there's nothing you can say about it. He just threw a horrible interception, and he lost the game for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, the defense didn't do very well in this game, but everything goes on to PJ Walker's shoulders, because he's the one who had the late game turnover that basically put the Colts in scoring position. So if you like the video, make sure you leave a like. That's going to be it for this video. I mean, I might do a final very short video of just simulating the rest of PJ Walker's career, but he choked the Super Bowl. This was his chance to get a Super Bowl and show that he was a great quarterback in this league, but he ended up choking it away. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you leave a like, comment what you'd like to see. I plan on making quite a few more Madden videos, and one that will include the Indianapolis Colts. But that is all for this video, and yeah, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.